Hi everybody, Julian here. It's been a while since I made one of these, but with all the geeky stuff falling down on our laps right now, I had to make this video because I want to talk about a few things. For that, we're still in Black History Month, and I would like to introduce you guys to Tiki Hairs. It's an independent comic from Black creators, and the artwork is amazing. Do go check it out. Mortal Kombat trailer finally dropped out. I was really worried because there hadn't been a trailer, and I knew the movie had been shot already for like a year, and I was suspicious that nothing was happening, and I was really worried that it was going to be bad. And I am kind of a fanboy, you could say, since like Mortal Kombat was like the second fighting game that I ever played, unless you count like the Atari Kung Fu thing. So yeah, it's very formative for me as a geek. It was like my venture into geek culture. Aside from that, we saw the films in Cuba, well, when I was in Cuba, in a VHS. So it's a big deal for me. I was really worried that it was gonna be, this again. And so then I saw the trailer. Really happy with the rating. They already show some gore in the trailer. It happened to be Jax, and I know that that's trying to explain the arms, which he does get in the game. It's a little problematic that they chose to lead with that on the trailer for obvious reasons, but the rest of the casting seems to be done in a much better way than the previous films. For example, the ninjas are Asian men now, and Kung Lao is in here this time, and also my favorite ninja girl is there, is Kitana, and I love the actress that they picked for her. I haven't seen her act before, so I don't know how that's gonna be, but either way, at least look-wise, she matches the actress that they played before in the other films, and I'm happy about it. I'm glad the Melina is also on the film. I'm a little confused about why they cast a woman of color when Melina is supposed to be a clone of the other character, so they're supposed to be twins, as well as the fact that by casting a person of color, it connects her with a minority group within the canon of the story, which is the Tarkatan, in which they're seen as savages and assassins and nomads, and because they are a culture of nomads within the story of the lore, right, within the lore. I am glad, however, that they were like seen, they were shown as people, as actual people on Mortal Kombat 11 on the story mode. There were scenes of them just living in their communities, and they show like them as people, not just as monsters as they have been shown before. So yeah, Melina is half Tarkatan, the same thing that the Baraka is, right? And what got me is that Jade is right there. Jade was right there, you guys. You could have had, you could have had Jade, but it's Jade on this game also. They kind of changed her race again.
What's your beef with me?
It's not enough you're Kano's lackey.
Round one. Fight!
The bond among Shirai Ryu is remarkable.
Without them, I am nothing.
Do not let loyalty become obsession.
Round one.
And I don't know, I'm just confused about why not just make that character Jade, and have Melina be like somebody, there's like a clone of the other person versus, a black woman that could have been her own character. But I am happy because it is also, it is inclusion and it is representation, but we want, good representation, which it matters, It's really funny related to this. Somebody wrote an article that somehow made it to publish, and the article reads, "Who forgot to invite Chun-Li to Mortal Kombat?" Who indeed? So just to read a little bit from it is, but being the astute film critic that I am, immediately clocked a glaring error in the film. Where in all the realms is Chun-Li? Where indeed? Is there a battle for the face of the earth that we don't need all the greatest warriors gathered, which will not include Chun-Li? I'm sorry, I can't. And her spinning bird kick that knocks a man's head clean off sounds like a pretty big plot hole to me. That the ultimate street fight is supposed to be won by a ragtag team helmed by Sonya Blade. No offense to the Sonya fans, I'm also a Sonya fan. I love all my women fighters. The absence of Chun-Li aside, the trailer. Anyway, so, and I thought it was a joke. But then they posted like a retraction. They were like, Jezebel has discovered the answer to a question about Chun-Li's erasure, and if Chun-Li is no part of the Mortal Kombat Megaverse. Wow, indeed, Jezebel. Anyway, I had to read this because it's just too funny. The thing that I want to talk about is WandaVision. Okay, I'm done. So I was looking forward to this show, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I wasn't sure if it was going to be sort of like this, like House of M. But the trailers show me that it was going to be something similar to House of M, right? Like a world reality changing events, right? Based off Wanda's powers. And sure enough, and now spoilers for the latest episode, which is episode 7. At the time of this recorded, the episode aired yesterday, and the finale show. Two things that were amazing that I am so happy to see finally realized is this: Monica Rambeau finally got her powers, and also Agatha Harkness. My theory is that Agatha is not really the villain, so I'll have to wait like into next Friday to see whether or not I'm right on this. But yeah, I don't think Agatha is a villain, because she was never a villain before, and she is the teacher, right? So the thing is, based on the story so far, and with what we know, based on the show and not the comics, if she was really a villain, why would she work so hard to make Wanda aware that she is in a world of her own creation, right? Because from the beginning, Agatha is the one that kind of broke character and was like, oh, is this what you want us to do? Is this what you want? Is this what you want? And she kind of broke character, and she made Vision aware. So I don't understand, if she really is a villain, why would she work so hard to make Vision aware that they are in a bubble world? You know, that's my theory. And one more round of news to finish the whole thing is the Winx Club got a Netflix TV adaptation, and they got it out, the Latin character. I'm Cuban, so I was looking forward to seeing her, and I also watched the TV show back when it aired in Fox Kids. I kind of lost track of it eventually. I do love Sailor Moon, and I love the similarities. I love magical girl stuff. And yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it, but all I've seen so far is they pretty much whitewashed everything, and they took out Tekna, which, why would you do that? It's a Technopath. It shouldn't be hard. Let me know what you think about this nerd news. If you're watching the show, what are your thoughts? If you have spoilers to drop, do a spoiler warning before you proceed, so that you wouldn't ruin the show for everybody. I'm gonna put spoiler warnings up, and I'm gonna leave you with the earworm from the week. Who's been messing up everything? It's been Agatha all along. Bum 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 ba. Do all the things, subscribe, like, you know the stuff.